Millions of people every single day deposit money into the safest place known to man, the bank. But what if I told you that the bank was actually one of the least secure places to hold your money? And with new sanctions that have come out, that statement is more true now than ever before. So what are we talking about? This is about the Austrian subsidiary Raiffeisen Bank International in Ukraine, which has imposed sanctions on many individuals and institutions, including Raiffeisen Bank Aval. These sanctions have raised several questions for global institutions. This story will not end up in Ukraine. In fact, this will hit the global economy hard. Global institutions will also stop operating beyond national boundaries if this goes on. The world should think, is it Raiffeisen Bank International this time? But I'll tell you who's next in this line. The Ukrainian president has recently announced a wave of unfair sanctions. These sanctions must have some hidden objectives. But these sanctions have risked over thousands of employees, millions of customers, and assets of Raiffeisen Bank Aval. This is also alarming for Europe as well as the rest of the world. This wave of sanctions will bring the world economy on stake. Let me show you how this is going to be a serious threat for the global economy, the European economy, and all the multinational organizations. RBI is one of the largest banking groups in Central and Eastern Europe. It is operating in 13 countries. At present, RBI is employing approximately 50,000 people. It serves over 20 million customers across Central and Eastern Europe. It is providing different banking and financial services, leasing, insurance, real estate. Its customers include individuals, small and medium-sized enterprises, large corporations, and public institutions. RBI is an Austrian banking group. It came into existence through a series of mergers and acquisitions. It roots to the foundation of the first Raiffeisen cooperative in Germany in the mid-19th century. These cooperatives started operating on the principles of mutual self-help, and its aim was to provide affordable credit and other financial services. In 1886, the first Raiffeisen cooperative started operating in Austria, and over time spread throughout the country. In the early 20th century, several Raiffeisen cooperatives merged to form larger organizations. In the 1990s, the Austrian banking industry underwent significant consolidation. Many small regional banks were taken over by larger institutions. In 1997, the Raiffeisen Central Bank, or RZB, started its operations. This formation came through the merger of several Raiffeisen banks. It became the central institution of the Raiffeisen banking group. In 2010, RZB rebranded as Raiffeisen Bank International, reflecting its growing international presence. RBI has since expanded through a series of acquisitions and strategic partnerships. This includes the acquisition of Hungarian bank Polbank in 2014 and the establishment of a joint venture with Russian bank VTB in 2017. RBI has its presence in Ukraine. It has existed there since 1992 through its subsidiary Raiffeisen Bank Aval. This is one of the largest banks with a network of over 600 branches across Ukraine. Without any doubt, Raiffeisen Bank Aval is the largest banking network and financial institution. Still, Ukraine has imposed sanctions. They did this without anticipating consequences for the 12,000 employees and 5 million customers. The story does not stop here. This has far more repercussions in general to the global economy and in specific to the European economy. Coming back to the point again, come let us see the losses and damages that will result from Ukrainian unfair sanctions. I'll go one by one to explain. The damage done to goodwill and business of RBI. Also the losses faced by customers of RBI. Moreover, the indirect victims of Ukrainian sanctions. Further, I will also discuss how Austria and Europe will suffer economic crisis. Above all, how global economy will get hit by these sanctions. And finally, how humanity will suffer from all these issues. Another interesting fact is that Ukraine is going to negotiate EU legislation. As a whole, this is not as simple as Ukrainian government thought. Come, let's discuss the repercussions in sequence. Number 1. The goodwill of RBI is getting on stake. By imposing sanctions, the Ukrainian government is asking Raiffeisen Bank Aval to surrender its resources. The business will get disrupted as a result of sanctions. Customers will show lack of confidence, so the business turnover will suffer. This will happen across all the 13 countries where RBI is operating. Number 2. RBI will lose customers and its business will shrink. Due to a lack of trust, customers will switch their banking preferences. They will avoid financial transactions under the umbrella of RBI. Loss of business of largest banking institutions will spread chaos. This will go across the nation at first, and the same will exist in neighboring countries. Even other countries will show lack of confidence in doing business with RBI because no one knows after RBI what is the next target. Number 3. In return of that, thousands of people will get laid off from their jobs. Reduction in business will put a pressure on the management of Raiffeisen Bank Aval. And the same will go for RBI. This will result in financial distress. As a result, they will fail to meet financial obligations, as a result of which they will have to take hard decisions, such as laying off of employees. Number 4. Austria will suffer in economic terms. For being the Austrian subsidiary, the reputation of RBI will get compromised. The business of RBI will suffer. Freeze of assets and restriction on use of accounts will give a great setback to RBI and Austria. As RBI is one of the largest banks in Austria, any disruption to its operations could have ripple effects. The same will go throughout the country's financial system. The Austrian government could also get affected as it owns a stake in the RBI. Number 5. If Austria will be suffering, the impact will get transferred across Europe as well. Also, the sanctions could have a broader geopolitical implication. This will strain relations between Ukraine and Austria at first, and the same will affect Austria's relationship with the EU, also of which it is a member. The first potential impact would be on the Austrian economy itself. Any decline in economic activity in Austria will lead to job losses. This will reduce consumer spending and lower tax revenues for the government. This in turn could reduce economic growth and increase the risk of a recession. The second potential impact would be on the wider European economy. Austria is a major trading partner for many European countries, particularly those in Central and Eastern Europe. If there is any decline in economic activity in Austria, this could reduce the demand for goods and services from other European countries. This will lead to lower exports and slower economic growth across the region. Number 6. Similar economic disruption will go across the globe. Undermining the present scenario can be fatal for the world economy. Even in 2008, the world has faced a period of economic downfall. Today, we're even more connected globally. As elaborated earlier, if this is not stopped, then the impact can even multiply, and we can run into even worse situations than in 2008. International trade is getting compromised. Number 7. Above all, humanity will suffer. Above all, humanity is suffering. Not only in Austria and Europe, but also people in Ukraine will suffer because of these sanctions. The same will grow across the continent at first and then across the globe. So remember, it's not about RBI. It's about the global economy. It is about human welfare to raise voice against such unfair sanctions. This is an alarming situation for powerhouses. They should realize the sensitivity of the matter. Their intervention is the need of the hour. They should force Ukrainian government to lift sanctions before the damage is done. Also, be aware that an eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. So it calls for a serious reaction. Raise voice for safety of thousands of employees, millions of customers, an asset of billions of worth of Austrian subsidiary RBI, else the economic explosion will hit the globe. If these sanctions are not reversed, this will set a precedent for other nations. This will get repeated. Similar unfair actions will take place during tough times. Nobody will feel safe. No institution will ever grow. And if this precedent gets set, then no one will make fair treatments. No one will follow fair practices and legislations during war periods. An eye for an eye will make the whole world blind. Above all, trust me, if it is RBI this time, then this can be your turn to face such unfair treatment next time.